With us now, Republican Congressman Marlin Stutzman from Indiana. Sir, welcome, and I appreciate your time this morning. What's your interpretation, your feeling of where these talks stand right now and the details of a potential deal?
Yeah, good morning, Marty. You know, always going to be tenuous when you're dealing with the IRGC. They're, of course, the best at propaganda. They're the best at moving the goalposts. But the facts are that the Strait is moving, which is a positive sign. It's going to take a little bit of time for the oil to figure out which direction it needs to go. You know, a lot of these buyers and sellers have been sitting tight, waiting, having to go other places to fill their orders. So I think this is all positive and going the right direction. But of course, you never know when dealing with the IRGC that they may change their mind. But, you know, thankfully, yesterday there were no attacks on Israel from Hezbollah. Of course, we know Hezbollah is just an extension of the IRGC. And that's how I believe we need to continue to approach it, that you know, any attack on Israel or any of our allies in the Middle East is an attack on the entire coalition as we try to, of course, stop Iran from having a nuclear weapon and, of course, controlling the Strait of Hormuz.
There are some who criticize this deal and say it will result in a stronger Iran. Do you share that concern?
No, I really don't. And I just think that, you know, we have to look at the facts. The facts are is that between the United States and Israel and allies, we have destroyed the Iranians' military for the most part. Are they still going to be able to, launch rockets here and there? Of course they will. They're like a dog backed into a corner. They're going to bite whenever they can. They'll do the same with Israel. I was in Israel a couple of weeks ago on the northern border, and Hezbollah continues to shoot at farmers. They continue to shoot at hotels. They continue to shoot at the Israeli military. But I think that we're in a much better spot today. They're set back so far. And we'll continue to, put pressure on them. President Trump has done a remarkable job of just continuing to maintain pressure and taking what he can get. An MOU is not a treaty. It's like an LOI in business. There's a lot of details to work out here, but it's going to take some time. It's not going to happen as fast as what we all wish it would, like it did in Venezuela with Maduro.
You bring up Israel, and it's an important point that you're making, but we also are seeing a bit of a fracture there. Netanyahu said recently that while he appreciates America's support, he said today we need our own independent armaments network. We must manufacture our own armaments. Is this a divide that the U.S. needs to immediately address?
Well, you know, one of the things that we know is that the United States and Israel have a strong relationship. And I don't believe there's any daylight here. While, of course, Iran is trying to plant seeds of daylight between the United States and Israel, you know, as I talk to Israeli friends, they will all say that President Trump has been the best friend to Israel that Israel's ever had. And so, while they're an independent country, they have to do the things that it takes to defend themselves. We as Americans, we're in a very different spot. We don't have neighbors shooting at us from three different sides, almost on a constant daily basis. Whether it was the Houthis from the south for a while in Israel, then they had to deal, of course, with Hamas, and now they're dealing with Hezbollah. So they're in a very different situation geographically, and thankfully we don't have that here in the United States, but we're going to stand with Israel, and we're going to be sure that the Middle East is a much safer place. We also have better friends in the Gulf states that are helping to facilitate and realize as well that Iran is the problem. So the coalition is still strong. I think what we can really build off, Marnie, is the Abraham Accords. And we need to be sure that the Abraham Accords do what we all hope that they do, and that's bring peace and stability and prosperity to the Middle East.
Congressman Stutzman, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Great to be with you this morning.
All right, appreciate it. Well, President Trump is headed to Pennsylvania today, refocusing on the economy and